In today's video, I'm going to show you 15 features that are sometimes overlooked even by professionals that will save you a ton of time. So without wasting more time, let's jump in. So for the first hack, sometimes you use different resolutions on a timeline. So say for example, we've got a 4K timeline over here and I've got HD footage that I want to use on my 4K timeline. Now I obviously want to scale it up to be full screen, but when I drag it onto my timeline, it only shows the HD resolution and it takes a lot of time to go into each individual clip and scale it up to fit your window. So in order to avoid that, go to your project settings by clicking this setting icon over here. In your project settings, go to image scaling and under input scaling, mismatch resolution, select scale entire image to fit. Click save, and the next time you drag a HD clip onto your timeline, it will appear full screen. So if you don't know a lot about color grading, this hack is very important. You can sometimes go through and edit your whole project and just by looking at it, it looks perfect. Colors looks great. Everything looks in place until you render your project. So for example, this project that looks perfectly fine to me in terms of color grading, and after exporting it, there's this weird yellow red on the person's face. And the way to fix that and make sure that you don't encounter that problem where you have to re-render stuff, simply go to your project settings, under color management, make sure that DaVinci YRB color managed is selected. Click save, and that way DaVinci Resolve will manage all the colors in DaVinci Resolve and also when it's exported. That way it will look perfect every time. And by the way, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Duan. It's do unto others what you want, do unto yourself, and here we talk all about DaVinci Resolve. So if you would like to learn more about DaVinci Resolve, check out my page over here and you can find a lot more really cool tutorials. For hack number 3, when editing big projects with a lot of footage, it's easy to lose track of what footage you've used and what not, especially when it comes to B-roll footage. And if you want to view which clips you've used and haven't used, go to View and turn back Show Duplicate Frames. By selecting that, you'll see that on your clips there's highlights, and that will show which clips have been duplicated in your projects and which are not duplicated. So for my fourth small feature that saves a lot of time, sometimes when you go through your edit, you can accidentally and unintentionally cut clips while you do your editing. And this can cause the timeline to look very messy. Now to avoid that or to correct this, select the clips with multiple cuts in it and press Alt \. That will rejoin the whole clip so that your timeline looks less messy. And that brings me to my next feature. If you want to quickly change your aspect ratio when creating reels from 16:9 footage, instead of creating a new timeline, copy pasting all the footage, readjusting the footage, you can go up to the project window and select this drop down, which will change your aspect ratios, and you can select the aspect ratio that you would like to work in, and it will automatically adjust the timeline's aspect ratio. For feature number 6, you might have an audio track that you want to use across your whole timeline. And when your music track is not long enough, you will have to go in, listen to the different parts of a track, cut those parts up, and then duplicate those parts until you filled your whole timeline. But there's an easier way, and it's called AI Music Editor. So if you've got a whole track that you would like to fill your whole timeline, simply click your audio track, go to AI Music Editor, select Live Trim Mode, and simply click and drag your audio out. It's going to analyze your track, looking for the different parts, and it's going to automatically extend your audio track. Just remember to deactivate Live Trim Mode, otherwise every time you drag your audio in and out, it's going to adjust the length of your audio track. When you work with a big project and you've got a lot of different effects going on, it can really take up a lot of processing power. Now, to make processing power available for your project in order to do some really cool things, make sure that your smart rendering is turned on. You turn that on by clicking on playback, render cache, and smart. That way, everything that needs to be rendered or everything that takes up a lot of processing power will render in the background, and so the playback will be a lot smoother. If you imported a whole project into DaVinci Resolve and you want to break it up into separate clips, no problem. You can go to Timeline, detect cutscenes. It will analyze your footage and break it up into separate clips. At number 9, we've got Power Bins. Now, Power Bins is a really cool tool that allows you to store media like graphics, audio, timelines in a bin, a power bin, and that allows you to have the same media open in every other project that you open. And when you do need to use it again, you can simply drag it from your power bin onto the timeline. At number 10, we've got smart bins. Now, you can look at smart bins like a filtering system. If you want to access all the timelines in your project, you can click timelines and you'll see every timeline that you've created in your project. And you can create custom keywords or groups for each project. For the next one, when you've got multiple clips on your timeline with different audio levels and you want to make all of the audio levels the same level, all you need to do is select all the audio in your timeline, press G on your keyboard. It's going to bring up your normalization audio levels and you can select your desired volume for all the clips. Press normalize or enter and you'll see that all the waveforms are now exactly the same level. And by the way, if you are new to DaVinci Resolve and would like to learn more, I've created this really cool playlist with tons of tips and tricks, so check that out. For my next tip, you can now simplify your timeline by using compound clips. So if you've got multiple clips on your timeline on top of one another, like multiple text clips, that takes up a lot of space on your timeline, you can select all of those layers, right click and select compound clip. That is going to create one clip with everything in it, and on the timeline you'll have only one clip. For my next little feature, if you want to adjust the size or the position of any element in your project, instead of going to the inspector window and adjusting the zoom and the position and the rotation, all of those things, you can now do that in your program window. So select the file that you want to adjust, click on the transform tab on your program window, and you'll see these blocks appear over your object. You can now make it bigger or smaller, or you can just click and drag it to a different location. So much easier. If you're working on a project where you want to make a certain part of a project a little bit more dynamic, where you cut the clip of your project to the beat of the audio, you can make it really easy for yourself and ask DaVinci Resolve to show you where the beats are in the audio. All you need to do is right click the audio and select show music beats. DaVinci Resolve will then analyze your audio and will add a marker for every beat, and that way it makes it easy to add your clip to the timeline and you can actually snap it to the beat. So if you want to fill your clips without even having to listen, you can just drag it out, it will snap to the beat, and then you can listen to it and make sure that you are happy with the edit. And for my last tip and trick, to save a lot of time, if you've got multiple clips on your timeline, say for example I've got website pages here, but I actually want to cut out this top part because I don't want them to see all the open tabs. So once I've adjusted the one clip and got rid of the tabs on top, and once I'm happy with the position and I want to apply that to all the other clips on my timeline, I can simply hit Command C for copy. And then to paste the attributes of that one clip onto the other, I can hit Alt V to paste the attributes. The paste attributes window will open up and it will automatically select the things that you've adjusted on that clip. If you want to deselect something, you can, but you can apply that and it's going to apply the same scaling, positioning and everything on the other clips. Just saves so much time. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.